perhaps books are feeling a little uncomfortable, you can pretty much do this with a pillow as well. If you, instead of having, since pillows are a little bit kind of more thin, you can kind of just fold your pillow up in half and place it over the shoulder blades, and your head can go down on the floor, or you can even take a second pillow and rest your head onto that pillow. So there's many ways we can makeshift that heart bench setup that can be accessible for all of us at home. So again, those of you that just arrived, we'll need 2 blocks for today's practice. We're going to set ourselves up in heart bench. And if you don't have blocks, you're using books or blanket pillows to makeshift that setup. So let me just say, great. So go ahead and get yourself into it. It's 12:15, so let's get going. So I'll have you lay down and just ease first your shoulder blades onto that first support that you have, and then take the head back as you recline it onto that second block or second support. And just kind of depending on how you're feeling as you land in this position, you can either flip the palms up, you can flip the palms down, you can keep the knees bent or straighten your legs, or even take the knees wide and bring the soles of the feet together. So there's a couple different arm and leg variations we can take as we begin, and find the one that feels most inviting into your body as you begin your practice. And as we take this first pose, it being a back opener, a heart opener, start to take some deep breaths into that back space. So the front of the heart, the back of the heart. As you take these deeper breaths, beginning to pull your attention, pull your awareness inward. So there's a lot going on right now, a lot of tragedy, a lot of unjustness. So as spiritual practitioners, as people that are trying to be more conscious, more aware, use your practice as a catalyst for that. Use your practice to not only deepen your connection with yourself, but also to deepen your connection with those around you that are experiencing a lot of unfairness, so that we can begin to make change. Yeah. So continue to take a few more breaths here, establishing that supportive, deep breath as you continue to watch the inhalation and the exhalation, the inflow and the outflow of breath. And allowing body, mind to be very present, or as present as you can be in this moment with whatever is arising, mentally, physically, emotionally. So we'll take just a couple more breaths here. One final breath. And from our heart bench position, if you'd like to set an intention for your practice this afternoon, go ahead and drop into that intention space. And we'll, from this position, chant one collective Om to seal our intention in. So if you want, you can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, or just keep the arms as they are. Take a nice deep breath in. And then slowly opening the eyes. Stay as you are. We'll take another deep breath in and reach the arms up over the chest. So palms facing in towards each other. As you take another deep breath in, reach through your arms, your fingertips, and allow your shoulder blades to spread wide away from the spine and lift away from your support. And then as you exhale, draw the hands, the arm bones back, and feel the shoulder blades plug down into your support as you squeeze shoulder blades into spine. So 2 more times like that. Inhale, reach the arms up, feel your shoulder blades protract. And then as you exhale, pull the arm bones back, feel your shoulder blades retract. 1 more time. Inhale, reach for the ceiling, spread shoulder blades wide. Exhale, pull arm bones back, retract shoulder blades. Now hold it here and lift the arms all the way up overhead, or as close to that overhead range as you can get. Flip the palms to face up towards the sky. Keep the head resting into your support, jaw relaxed. And as you exhale, cactus the arms. So draw the elbows down by your sides, squeezing elbows down. And then inhale, extend the arms overhead, spin the palms to face towards one another. 2 more times like that. Cactusing the arms, exhale, palms spin up. Inhale, extend the arms, palms face towards each other. 1 last time. Exhale, cactus. And then inhale, extend the arms overhead, and then hold your arms overhead here for 3 counts. So feel not only the shoulder blades drawing down, but also feel a sense of the shoulder blades pressing down into your block or into your support. Take another full breath here. Keep the head heavy. 1 more breath. And then inhale, reach the arms back overhead. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. And then you'll just let the knees drop to one side to roll onto your right or left, doesn't matter, just to lift yourself up off your support, and then move your support off to the side to then roll back onto your spine. So come all the way back down now from there. And then as you recline onto your back, take a minute to just adjust, feel back body rest into the floor, and then we'll draw the right knee into the chest. Extend your left leg out onto the mat. Interlace the hands behind that right thigh, flexing both ankles here. Keep the shoulders dropping back into the floor, and then 3 times on an inhale, extend that right leg up towards the sky. So feel the hands firm into the back of the thigh, and firm the back of the thigh into the hands. And then exhale, bend the knee, heel to butt. 2 more times like that. Extend your right leg up, and then bend that right knee. 1 more time, extend it up, and then bend that right knee. Now release the clasp, keep the knee into the chest, reach the arms alongside your waist, lift the head up, lift the chest up, and then lift your left leg up towards the sky. So left leg lifts up, right knee is still in the chest, and then from this position, you're gonna rock yourself all the way up onto your sit bones. So rock up, keep that right knee in towards the chest, interlace the hands around that right knee so we can firm the belly into the thigh, lift tall through the spine, and then spin your left toe, so externally rotate that left leg, and then lift and hover the left leg as high as you can. Place that left leg down. Now internally rotate that left leg, lift it back up. Good. Release it back down. Now bring it back to the center, lift and hover. Reach both arms out in front of you, and you're gonna rock just a little bit back onto your sit bones to hover that right foot up off the floor. So now right foot is hovering, left leg is hovering. Now with as much control as you can, feel the belly draw back, Start to round your spine and roll all the way onto your back. Left leg is lifted, arms release down, head releases down. Now bend the left knee, extend your right leg up, and bring your right leg onto the floor. So right leg is on the floor, left knee is into the chest, and we repeat that work now to the other side. Interlace the hands behind your left thigh, flex both ankles, take a deep breath in, extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. Firm the hands into the back of the thigh, press your thigh back into the hands. So there's tension there in the leg. Bend the knee, heel to butt. Good, 2 more times like that. Straighten the leg nice and slow, and then bend that left knee, heel to butt. 1 more time. Straighten the leg, and then bend the knee. Nice. Hold that knee in. Reach the arms down by your sides. Lift the head up, lift the chest up. So we're hovering here. Can you pull that left thigh a little closer in? And then float your right leg up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, can you rock up onto your sit bones? Keep your left knee bent, interlace the hands around that left knee, and then spin your right toes out. So externally rotate that right leg, and then try to hover it as high as you can without rounding your spine back. Sit tall. Release that leg down, internally rotate it, and then lift and hover that leg up off the floor. Beautiful, everyone. Release that back down, bring it back to center, lift and hover, reach your arms out in front of you. Now try to float that left foot up off the floor, but keep the chest lifted. Hold it there, great. And now pull belly back, start to round your spine, and with control, lower back onto your spine, lifting that right leg up, and then bring both knees into the chest this time. Give yourself a big old hug here. Rock a little side to side, embracing the shins. Let the head rock side to side. And then let's grab a hold of the backs of the thighs, and we'll rock up onto hands and knees. And then place your blocks as you make that transition, or your books, at the top of your mat as well, because we're going to use them here in just a moment. So as we come onto hands and knees, moving right into your cat-cow. So on your next inhale, take that deep breath in. The head draws back. Let the belly release towards the floor as the spine draws in and the shoulder blades move down the back. And then exhale, rounding your spine, tuck tail, squeeze glutes, belly lifts. Move on your own, just a few more times in and out of your cat-cow. And as you explore your cat-cow, use this as an opportunity to add a little variation. Maybe you want to draw some circles within the context of your cat-cow. Maybe linger for an extra breath in one direction. So enjoy that moment of a little bit of fluidity, a little bit of freedom to just kind of explore where you're at with your cat-cow, how your spine is moving in space today. One more round here. And then let's settle back after you finish that next round into a neutral position. Go ahead and grab your blocks or your books and place them onto the highest setting. Now you can put them onto a lower setting, and it's going to make the next work that we do just a little bit more challenging. So if you know you've got a good knee to chest positioning here, you can take the blocks lower down and make this next work slightly challenging. But start high up and then go from there. So as we lift the hands up onto the blocks, toes are pointing straight back. You're going to bend that right knee and bring your right heel as close into your butt as you can. So heel to butt. It's like you're kicking yourself in the butt. Now hover your right knee up off the floor and draw that right knee into your chest. So squeeze it in tight. Feel the ribs knit in and back. Feel the belly pull back. Now step that right foot between your blocks or between your books, and then exhale into your deeper lunge. Let your hips shift forward, and then on an exhale, pull your hips back, Ardha Hanuman. We'll repeat that transition just a couple more times. So exhale into your deeper lunge position. Beautiful. And then pull the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. One more time, into your deeper lunge. And then pull your hips back, Ardha Hanuman. Nice, shift back into your lunge, not your deeper lunge. Lift, so as you push through the hands, feel belly pull back, and now hover your right foot up off the floor. Good, pull that right heel to your butt, point the toes, and slide that left knee back onto the floor, and we'll repeat it to the left. So now left heel to butt, squeeze it in, hold it there, tuck tail, lift the left knee up off the floor, draw that left thigh into your chest, and then step that left foot between your hands into that deeper lunge on the exhale. Good, and then pull your hips back into Ardha Hanuman. So you can let your head look down as you make that transition too. Back into your low lunge, let your upper body be involved in that movement. Pull the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. And then shift back into your low lunge. Last time, pull the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. And then back into that low lunge. Now pause here. So you're not in that super deep range. Think left thigh more parallel to the floor. Pull your belly back, tuck your tail. Now push through the hands, hover that right foot up off the floor. Good. Draw that left heel to your butt, point your toes, and then continue to draw that left knee back as you place the knee down, finding your way back onto hands and knees. And then lower your blocks or your books onto their lowest setting, and take a step back into our plank position. So we're going to take our plank into chaturanga, lifted on the blocks to increase a little bit of our shoulder range here. So find your plank position, open the blocks wide enough that your chest can lower to the floor. Push the hands strongly into your support, lift, head back, chest back, belly in. And now as you exhale, slowly lower to your belly, all the way down to the floor. Keep your hands on your blocks. If this is too much for your shoulders, come off of your blocks, that's fine. But if you can, keep the hands on the blocks. Feel your shoulder heads drop back, your shoulder blades drop down the spine. Now tuck your toes under if you pointed them. Engage your glutes, lift your hips up, and reverse back into your plank pose. Oh, so good. And if it's too much, then you just do regular reverse. We're gonna repeat that 2 more times. So slow with control, lower to your belly. Take a deep breath in. Fronts of the shoulders lift up, shoulder blades slide down. Now lift thighs, lift hips, and press back up into that plank pose. Good, okay, last time. Lower to your belly, all the way to the floor. Good, and then when you get to the floor, pause there for a breath. Toes are still tucked, lift thighs, hover hips, and then push into those blocks, lift that chest up, hips up, yes, and then press back, downward facing dog. From there, you can come off of your blocks, or it might feel really nice to just stay on your blocks in your down dog for today, right here. So you decide. Let's take 1 more breath all together in our down dog. And then bottom of your next exhale, look forward, step your right foot, then your left foot to the top of the mat. And if you're still on your blocks, just continue to shift them forward. Folding into your Uttanasana. Let the head hang. Crown of the head reaching for the toes. Root down through toes and heels and rise up to standing all the way to the top. Bend the elbows, bring the hands into the chest. And we'll move through a few rounds of our Sung A. So following your breath, connect to the cadence of your breath. Float the arms up. Exhale, open the arms, fold down the center. Hands to shins, lifting up halfway. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. So lowering maybe to your belly to inhale Cobra or Chaturanga into your up dog. Your choice. Exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. And since we've already done, in a sense, kind of a variation of our vinyasa on our blocks, if you want to use your blocks and your vinyasas today to vary it up, grab them, use them. So nice to have that experience sometimes. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then bottom of your next exhale, look forward, bend the knees. Either step or hop this time. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. Smear the feet into the floor, rise up to standing. Bend the elbows, bring the hands into the chest, and then follow your breath. Inhale, reach those arms back up. Exhale, open and fold. Inhale, hands to shins, head up, chest up. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. Either lowering to your belly to inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale, let's pull it back. And we find our way into downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Holding it there for 1. Continue to observe the inflow and the outflow of breath. 2. Stay there for 3. Look forward, hop or step as you exhale the breath out. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting up halfway. Exhale, folding back down. Root down, rise up to standing. And then bend the elbows, bring the hands into the chest. 2 more rounds of our sun ace. Following your breath, reach those arms up. Exhale, open and fold. Inhale, hands to shins, head up, chest up. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. Lowering, cobra or upward facing dog is your back bend. And then exhale, pull it back into your downward facing dog. Holding it there again for 3 breaths. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. Energetically pushing the floor forward through the hands. Can you bring a little bit more length into your waist as you lift those hips up and back? Yes. And then empty that breath out, look forward. Last round here, hop or step. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting halfway. Exhale, folding back down. Root down, rise up. Bending the elbows, hands to the heart. Following breath, final round, reach those arms up. Open and fold. Deep belly breath in, hands to shins. Exhale, bend knees, anchor hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga, cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. So nice. And again, we'll meet in our down dog for 3 breaths here. Spreading fingers, spreading toes, so smart hands, smart feet. Yeah, feel the presence and the support of hands and feet here. And then feel that radiate up through the arms, the waist, into the pelvis, through the legs. Final breath. Empty out that 3rd breath. Look forward, hop or step. Inhale the hands to the shins, lifting up halfway. And exhale, folding back down. Root down, rise up to standing. Bend the elbows, bring the hands into the chest. So keep the hands in towards your chest, and then bend the knees, find your chair pose. So just coming into it from thinking lower half of the body, finding your Utkatasana. And then play with shifting the weight forward, bringing a little bit more flexion into the ankles, maybe even letting the knees pass the toes. And then draw the shin bones back, shift a little bit more weight into your heels. Now find a happy medium where you feel balanced weight in the toes and in the heels. Good, stay in that anchored place. Shift the weight into your left foot and then draw the right knee up into the chest. And then point your toes, so similar to that lunge work we did, point your toes and then try to pull that right heel as close into your butt as you can. Like you're gonna kick yourself from the butt. Now draw your right thigh back alongside your left knee, maybe even a little bit beyond the left knee, and squeeze that right heel a little closer in. Keep the tail tucked, keep the spine tall, hold it there. 1 more breath. If you get a little leg cramp, hamstring cramp, just loosen out of it, come back into it. Now draw that right knee forward, flex that right foot, and place the foot back onto the floor. And then we switch into the other side. So shifting the weight into your right leg. Balance there. Draw the left knee into the chest. And take it up high if you can. Point your left toes. As you point your left toes, hug that heel in close. Kick yourself in the butt. And then start to take that left thigh back. And at first, maybe it meets the angle of the right knee. And then can you take it even a little further back so now the knee is parallel to the floor. Squeeze that heel in close. Oh, so good. Keep both knees bent. Now bring that left knee forward. Flex that left ankle. Place the foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find your full Utkatasana here. Gaze up or gaze forward. And then exhale, fold it down, straightening out the legs, release crown of head. Inhale, hands to shins, lifting up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back, move through your vinyasa. And your vinyasa can also just be stepping back to down dog. Good. So nice. Hang back into your downward facing dog. Take a full breath there. And then let's float the right leg up towards the sky. Bend that right knee, open up the hip. Peel that right hip open. But then immediately as that right hip peels open, feel the left side, so outer left buttocks, left thigh, pull back towards the space behind you. So even notice if your left heel is swinging to the left side of your mat. Pull that back so heel is squaring to the back side of your mat. Yes. Now press a little bit more through your right hand, and can you lengthen the skin of that inner right thigh a little bit more up towards the sky? Yes, so good. Now keep that right heel in towards your butt. Square the hips back off. Again, keep that right heel in close. And then shift your weight forward into your plank pose. Heel is still close into the butt. Now exhale, draw that right knee into the chest, round your spine. Pressing back body towards the ceiling. Look up, step your right foot between your hands, pivot your left heel down, warrior one, press away from the floor, lift up, all the way up. Front heel in line with back heel, or even go wider with your stance. Settle into that front leg, but keep that left leg supercharged. Reach the arms up overhead, keep them up overhead, and then maybe even lift your gaze between the opening of your arms today. So palms facing in towards each other. Think shoulder blades spreading wide across your upper back. So they're protracting. They're drawing away from the spine. Chest is broad, collarbones are broad. One more breath here. Good, and then look forward, pivot onto the ball of your left foot so you're in your high lunge position, and then exhale the hands down onto your blocks. Reach for your blocks here. So we're gonna take, in a sense, a reverse lunge, or you can think of it as like a hovering Ardha Hanuman. So keep your hands on the blocks, and you're gonna pull your hips back, bend that left knee, and come onto the heel of your right foot without touching the floor. And then we spring forward back into our lunge position. Nice. 2 more times like that. Pull your hips back. Find that hovering reverse lunge. And then pull your hips forward. Find your lunge. 1 more time. Pull the hips back. And then pulse back into your lunge. Now this last time we're going to hold it. Pull your hips back. Find that hovering lunge position. Keep your left hand on your block. And you're gonna rotate your chest open to the right. So right arm goes up. So think of this as like a twisting triangle with a little bit of a leg variation, and then hold it there. Can you rotate belly, waist, chest around without moving the pelvis? Now release your right hand down onto the block and rotate your chest open to the left, all without falling over onto the right. Nice. Hold it there for another breath. Inner thigh squeezing midline. Now you're going to straighten that left leg and step it in and find your actual triangle position. Oh, crazy transition. There you are. Good. So now do what you need to do to actually get the front foot down, back foot down. Nice. Smear that right big toe into the floor. If you're locking that front knee, try to unlock it and then belly, ribs, chest, rotating open, reach through your left arm. Imagine breastbone, belly button lifting into that left hand. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, you're gonna push off and come into a reverse triangle. So we lift up, exhale the left hand to your left thigh, and reach that right arm up overhead. And feel that entire side body space through your fingertips arc towards the ceiling. Good. And as you feel your left hand pushing down into your left thigh or left calf, push back into that left hand. So there's dynamic pressure between the two. One more breath here. And then inhale up, cartwheel the arms back down onto your blocks. Bend the right knee, transition back into your lunge position. Open the blocks out a little wider, and then you're gonna swing that left foot through and sit down. So very similar position to where we started. Good, so left leg is straight, right knee is bent. And then reach the arms up towards the sky. If you need to sit up on a little bit of something because you're rounding the spine back, take a pillow underneath your sit bones. And now rotate to the right. Take that right hand down onto the floor and bring your left elbow, outer upper arm to the outer edge of your right thigh. Yeah. And then press outer arm into thigh, thigh back into outer arm. And can you rotate belly, chest just a little bit more? Now hold your twist here for a couple breaths. And we're gonna eventually make our transition into our Pavrita Bakasana, our twisted crow. So hold it here, one more breath. And then slide that left foot in. So the left foot is alongside your right foot. Keep your left arm where it is. And as best you can, you're gonna push off your right arm, balance onto the tippy toes, and bring left hand down, right hand down. So we're here in our twisted crow. And then maybe this is as far as you get today. Just hands on the floor, finding the rotation in the belly. Maybe we lean outer hip, outer thigh into arms, and maybe we float the feet up. So just have fun with it. Yeah, lean into the arms. If you get maybe just one foot off the floor, great. If 2 feet float off the floor, fantastic. If no feet float off the floor, even better. Good. One more breath here. Nice. Okay, and then transition yourself out of it. Find your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Take an extra breath here in your forward fold. If the blocks are in the way, just move them forward as we transition to the next side. Inhale, lifting the hands up onto the shins. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. So moving through your vinyasa. Cobra or upward facing dog is your back bend. And then linger it back into your downward facing dog. One full breath here. And floating the left leg up towards the sky. Bend that left knee, open up the hip. Good, so peel that left hip open. Let that left heel hug in towards the sit bones. And then notice what just happened to right leg. So now feel the skin, the outer right hip, outer right thigh, all the way down into the heel, pulled back towards the space behind you. Yeah, so that's your stabilizer so that you can get deeper into that left side. And now press a little bit more through your left hand. And from your left armpit, all the way through your left waist, through the inner inseam of that left thigh, up to the knee, feel all that space lengthen up a little bit more towards the ceiling. Good, so just staying exactly as you are, heel to butt, lifting up. Yeah, getting a little bit more space there. Good. And then square the hips back off. Keep that left heel close into your butt. Look forward, shift towards plank. Left heel is still towards your butt. And then exhale, knee to nose. Hug it in close. Round the spine. Lift those hips up, look forward, step that left foot between your hands. Pivot your right heel down, warrior one as we push off and come up. Good. And then as you climb up to the top of your warrior one, maybe you take a slightly wider stance, otherwise heel to heel. Feel that right leg supercharged, grounding through from glute all the way to your outer right heel, and then lift up. Feel the skin of your belly, the skin of your chest, reach the opening of your arms, and perhaps add the lift of the gaze between the opening of your arms. Nice. Can you bend in a little bit deeper into that right thigh, left thigh? Good. One more breath here. And then let's look forward. Exhale the hands down onto your blocks. Spin to the ball of your left foot, right foot. Good. And then as we exhale, shift your hips back, balance onto the heel of the left foot, bend that right knee. So you're in that hovering Ardha Hanuman or reverse lunge. And then spring forward, back into your lunge position. Nice. 2 more times. Pull the hips back, find that hovering position, and then spring forward. Pull the hips back, find your hovering position, spring back into your lunge. This time we hold it. Pull your hips back, bend right knee, pause here so you can adjust the blocks a little bit more underneath the shoulders, and then twist open to the left. So left arm lifts up, right hand stays down on the block. Try to keep that right knee, right shin parallel to the floor. And try not to lean into your right hand. So let the legs help take some weight and counter what you're feeling in that right arm. Hold it there for 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more breath. And then release that left hand down, left hand to the block, adjust the block, and now we rotate open to the right. So it feels a little awkward, a little bit different as we make that transition into our triangle. Hold it here for 1 more breath. Try not to lean all of your weight to the left side. Keep balancing out through the right. And then bring that left foot down, step your right foot in, find that transition into your triangle pose. Good. So we're in our triangle on the left side. Right arm is up. Feel glutes squeeze towards sit bones. Feel the left waist rotate around. And then think of kind of both sides trying to evenly lengthen. So feel your top waist drop down, and can you feel your bottom waist, your left waist, lengthen away from that left thigh as you continue to rotate the chest around. Yeah, really nice, everyone. 1 more breath here. Keep holding, stay in your triangle. And then rise all the way up, reverse your triangle. So right hand to right thigh, and then sweep those left fingertips up and back. And feel that connection from your left toes through the thigh, through the waist, into the arms. And then inhale up, cartwheel the arms back down onto your blocks, spin back to your lunge. And you're gonna slide as you keep your left knee bent, that right leg all the way through. Good, so this is why having the blocks on a higher setting can be very helpful. And then take some lift. If you're tighter in the hips or the hamstrings, then it's hard for you to get that tall spine. We wanna keep a tall spine here. Reach the arms up towards the sky, arms up overhead. Keep that left thigh belly rib connection. Exhale, rotate to the left. And then left fingertips to the floor. Hook the elbow or take that outer arm, elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And then palm is open. Good. And then push down through those back fingertips. Low back, drawing in it up. Push outer left thigh into right arm and right arm back into the left thigh. And then you can continue to rotate your head all the way around. So we're bringing that rotation from the lowest part of our spine all the way up into cervical spine into head. Yeah, so nice. Okay, one more breath here. And now look out beyond, so kind of derotate your head halfway to look out over that left knee. Bend your right knee, slide that right foot in. So both knees are bent here. And then we have to use this left hand to kind of lift us up, keep pushing us up, to then either just bring both arms into that kind of hovering, balancing side crow. So maybe we're here today. Or maybe we bring the hands all the way down. And we just kind of play with shifting weight into the arms. Maybe we get one foot up, maybe we get both feet up, maybe we get no feet up. So play with it, yeah? That expression of playfulness, yeah? Lila, as we call it in the yoga practice. So we're exploring, we're kind of finding our strengths, our weaknesses here, and just seeing where we're at today. Yeah, good. And maybe today you're just hovering and in that kind of frozen position, or you're leaning into it, balancing the feet off the floor. Couple more breaths here. Final breath. And then slowly make your way out of it. Move into your forward fold. Let the arms, the head hang as you straighten out the legs a bit. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we open the mouth, let it go. One more breath in through the nose, exhale, open mouth. And taking one more breath here. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. So moving through your vinyasa, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. Nice. One breath in your down dog. Inhale, shift forward into your plank pose. And now 5 counts to lower to your belly. So rather than falling into the floor, push away from the floor. Even as you exhale, bend the elbows for 1. Push through your head, push through your upper back, your mid back, your low back. Elbows bend a little bit more, push again. Bend a little bit more, 3, push again. 2, push again, all the way to your floor, 1. All the way down to the belly, yes, good. Point those toes straight back. Rest your forehead into the floor. Keep the hands underneath the shoulders here. Forehead down. Tops of the feet pressing into the floor. Let's take one more resting breath. Smooth in, smooth out. Good. Now on your next inhale, we're gonna lift the fronts of the shoulders away from the floor. So kind of feel that area in front of your shoulder pull back, and then draw the shoulder blades down the spine. So draw them away from your ears. Now hover your hands off the floor. So the only part of your body that's moving is those shoulder blades and arms, and then press the hands back down, but keep your shoulders set, back and down. 2 more times. Hover the hands, and then release the hands down. Hover the hands, now hold it there, and without touching the floor, you're gonna reach the arms all the way back alongside your waist. So the fingertips reach back. Now bend the elbows and interlace the fingers. If that's not possible for you, if you've got a strap or a shirt close by, grab that strap or shirt. And then lift the hands up off the low back. And as you begin to reach your arms back and straighten your elbows, now lift the head up, lift the chest up. So finding your Ardha Shalabhasana position. Draw the chin down and back. So keep the neck activated. Now top of your thighs stay pressing into the floor. You're gonna bend your right knee and actively pull that right heel all the way in towards your hands or towards your strap or shirt. Hold it there. And then bend your left knee and actively pull it in. So thighs are down and you're trying to squeeze those heels in towards your hands. And then can you lift your chest up and reach your arms back into your hands? Good. So we're kind of pushing hands into heels, heels into hands here. And then hold it. Extend right leg back. Extend left leg back. Now hover your thighs. Find your full Shalabhasana. Keep holding chin down and back. And then exhale first, just release the thighs. Then release the hands and lower everything to the floor, resting right ear down onto the mat. Or make a pillow with the hands. Rest your forehead onto your hands. Let the body relax. Deep breath into that back space, that posterior chain. Good. If you have one ear on the mat, switch to the other side, evening out that passive stretch in the neck. And take a couple more breaths here. And so even though we've been kind of moving through various twists, hip back bending work, our focus has been the posterior chain, bringing awareness, bringing attention to that which we can't see, back body. So really feeling into that back space through the work. So we're going to move into our Dhanurasana. So let's bring our forehead back onto the floor. But we're going to, in a sense, move into it the same way we moved into our Shalabhasana, with a little bit more active hamstring work, and try to use less of our spine to do all the grunt of the work. So bring your arms down by your sides, thumbs resting into the floor. And then once more, set the fronts of the shoulders back, shoulder blades down. So your arms are already, upper back is kind of already in its prep place for your Dhanurasana. And then tops of the thighs just at first are pressing into the floor. Now start to bend your knees, and without using your spine, can you feel your hamstrings activate as you actively pull your heels in? So keep that tail tucked into your sit bones, as close as you can get them. And then either some of you are just gonna reach back and the ankles, the feet will be there for you to grab. And for others of us, it's gonna be more of an energetic reach. Then on your next breath, keep the shoulders back and down. Lift the head up, lift the chest up, and lift everything up. And keep those hamstrings, those glutes working to support you. Hold it there for 4 more breaths. And as you think deeper, think with the whole back body up and back, up and back. And you kind of feel the line of your arm as if it were the string in an arrow getting tighter and tighter. So the feet are pulling the arms back, but then the shoulders are simultaneously pulling the arms forward. 2 more breaths here. Keep holding. Really nice, everyone. Keep holding. Now, rather than just letting everything go, we're going to actively come out of it. So let go of your feet. If they're already not holding it, that's fine. And then extend your legs out slowly. And then release your body onto the floor. Let it go. Beautiful. Bringing once more, one ear down onto the mat or forehead to your hands. Deep breaths in and out. Observing the inflow and the outflow of breath and the effect of the work. And switching sides if you have one ear resting, other ear down. And last couple breaths here. And then transitioning now back onto your forehead. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. And then let's press up to hands and knees. Inching the inner thighs, knees together, and slowly round yourself back into child's pose. Take your time through that transition. Forearms, elbows can rest onto the floor. Forehead can rest onto the floor or up onto a block. Nice. Two more breaths here. And then slowly from your child's pose, transition to hands and knees and make your way back into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. If you'd like to move through one final vinyasa of your practice, now would be the time. Otherwise, just hang in downward facing dog. Good. Final breath here. So let's all make our way back into downward facing dog. And now on your next exhale, look forward, either step or jump through to sit down. Come all the way onto your sit bones. And then we're gonna end with a little bit of hip work. So we'll come into Sukhasana, right shin bone crossed in front of the left. If this feels quite accessible for your hips, then double pigeon. You can slide that right ankle, right shin on top, but not at the expense of your right knee being up into your throat. So if your knee is all the way up here, you might get more out of it if you come into Sukhasana. And then let's reach the arms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lower halfway down. So keep the arms up alongside the ears, lowering halfway, whether you're in Sukhasana or double pigeon. Can you reach a little bit more through waist and arms as you pull back and down through your backside? And then try to hold that length as you release the hands to the floor and maybe inch yourself a little bit deeper into your fold now with the support of the arms. And if you'd like to take one of your blocks underneath your forehead, grab one of them, take that support. Yeah. And particularly in these more passive postures, it's easy for us to check out and already start to think about what's next. This is the work of the practice, to stay focused, to train the mind to pay attention to what you're experiencing in the moment. So if you have difficulty, it's only natural, but do your best to bring your awareness back into the felt experience, breath, what's happening in the body, energetically, physically, emotionally. And now slowly lift yourself back up. Good. From here, extend the feet out, hands onto the floor, and we're gonna move into a tabletop between sides. So you can angle the fingertips slightly out if you wanna make it a little bit more palatable for your shoulders, and then lift the hips up, squeeze shoulder blades up into the ears, so kind of feel in a sense neck dissolving as you take the head back. Those upper traps now can be a support for the back of your skull. Push down through the feet, engage those glutes, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, head up, hips down. Switch the crossing, left shin bone in front or left shin, left ankle on top, and then reach the arms up towards the sky. And then we'll move into the active fold. So folding forward to your halfway position, hold it there. Backside pulling down into the floor, waist, arms, chest, reaching for the space in front of you. One more breath here. And then let the hands release down onto the mat and continue to maybe fold in a little deeper. A couple more breaths here. Now slowly lift yourself back up. And then this time we'll just lean the hands back to extend the legs out for our final seated pose, Paschimottanasana. Reaching the arms up, both legs extended out in front of you, and exhale, folding forward. So use your strap or your shirt if you have it, hook it around the feet. Otherwise, you can grab the feet. Those of you that might have a little bit more of a reach, you can take a block in front of the feet as well and hold on to that block. And through every breath, see if you can lengthen kind of low belly a little bit further up and over the thighs as you drape the chest closer and closer towards the shins and the toes. Relax the face. Notice any gripping patterns around the jaw, the ears, the eyes. As we begin to downshift, let every breath be an invitation to release that. Last cycle here. And slowly rise back up. And we'll recline all the way down onto our backs. And as you come down onto your backs, let's just end with a little bit of windshield wipering of the legs. So reaching the arms up overhead, take the feet wide. And then a few times right to left, let the knees fall side to side. As a way to indicate to the body that shifting from our more efforting, doing action, strength-oriented part of our practice to now the non-doing, the effortless. Settle back into the center, and then on your next breath, extend your way into Shavasana, making your way into your final resting pose. And then as you make transition, make sure you have the support, the lift around you to help invite in that relaxed, quiet place of deep surrender. Closing the eyes if you can. Let the breath dissolve into a natural flow. And allow the body to be still and the mind steady. And taking your time, begin by deepening your breath. And eventually bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor, and slowly rolling to your right side, pausing there. Keeping the eyes closed, transition back into a comfortable seat, sitting tall. We'll join the hands together at our heart, returning to our intention, our purpose for this practice. And taking a final breath in together, and on an exhale, bowing the forehead into the hands, and sealing the benefits of our practice in as we offer up the merits of our practice with love and with gratitude. And may all sentient beings everywhere, may they be happy and may they be free. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining. Have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you all hopefully Wednesday. Till then, bye.